visiting Houston Texans.
The holiday season is upon us. We've got the gift of the NFL as we're underway here in Week 16. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. So out come the Texans for their opening. Here's the first carry now for Todd Gurley. And they're able to get this one across the 35. A pickup of 11 and a Texans first down.
And there we see an early burst that makes him one of the leading rushers in the league.
Well, I want you to know, I listened to you yesterday when we were watching film. You said write down the word vision for him. It was on display there, wasn't it?
It certainly was, because he allows the blocks to set up in front of him. And if that continues, it could be a long afternoon for those guys trying to play some defense.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. On play action, they'll throw. Blitz coming, and down he goes.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I'd file it away, because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
A situation they'll certainly want to avoid going forward. An early 2nd and long they're facing. Well, they'll run it here on the jet sweep. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to 3rd down. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. He'll get this to his speedster, Paul Richardson. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. That one good for 24 yards. He's such a good route runner. Shows it there on 3rd down. Very proficient and a good pass.
And you know what I've observed over the years in the NFL? Go to you in important times, because he can trust you being in the right spot, and they connected there and picked up a 1st down.
So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. Now here's a pass on 1st down that's knocked away and incomplete. Eric Murray that time there to knock it away. And let's look here at the Houston offense.
And the play of this offensive line is going to be so important in this game, because we saw the sack a minute or so ago. They've got to be able to give their guy time to throw. That means communication and being physical is vital. Otherwise, this could be a long game.
And now the throw going to Fuller, and he's got it. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. 15 yards, the Texans pick up the 1st down. Well, they're piecing together a nice drive to start this one. Seems pretty scripted and pretty successful so far.
And I think they did it without our help. Because you remember when we sat in the production meeting with them to talk about this, and hey, you know, how are you guys going to come out of the gate? I know I offered my help with a few plays, and they didn't seem to want it.
I didn't offer mine.
You know, you were the smart one. Whatever they're doing, though, it's working really well.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. Time for a look at our starters here on defense. Against the pass, they're toward the middle of the league, number 15 in the NFL.
So prepping for this game, I kept asking myself the question, what's keeping this group from being top 10 in the league against the pass?
And?
Too many mistakes, especially little mistakes. And those add up into big mistakes. Big mistakes add up into points against you.
Gurley, and able to get about 3 as he's taken down right at the 20.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high powered, you got to find a way to hold them under 20. Because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored gives yourself you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, and it'll be intercepted. Picked off by the corner, Bradley Roby. No doubt a very disappointing end to what was a pretty strong opening drive.
They had 3 points in their back pocket. It was there for them. If you don't like what you see, just throw it away. Make sure you get those points on the board. Don't get too greedy. He forced it there. You saw the end result.
So here is the home side to take over on offense.
Let's go. 60 Pittsburgh. I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you.
They'll come out throwing here on first down. That's complete to the Memphis man, Anthony Miller. Give him 13 yards on the opening play of the drive and also give him a first down.
They sure put the coverage guys in a stress on that one. They thought they were going deep. Ends up curling inside for a nice chunk of yardage.
So they'll come up first and 10 now from the 33. They'll drop to throw. The connection made. It's Graham. And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. 28 yards the gain there on the catch and run.
It's so important to tackle well against these guys. But you and I both know that's easier said than done. When the guy you're trying to tackle looks like this guy.
And it's usually going to take more than one man to get him down, and it did right there. So a first and 10 now in Houston territory, right at the 40. Now a first carry for Melvin Gordon. Now shoving his way inside the 35. The numbers a week ago for Melvin Gordon. He was creeping up toward 200 yards. Thought he was going to get there. Didn't quite make it, but also 2 rushing touchdowns.
And even if he only got about half those numbers this week, his team would take it in a heartbeat, wouldn't they? Because last week, he was spectacular.
On second down now, it's Gordon. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 15 yards on the play, first down. Quite the opening drive march they're on right now.
It looks a lot like what we saw in practice prior to the game, doesn't it? You know, because on that last big practice beforehand, you go through your offensive script. You go through your play calling. You go through all the stuff and establish things. And it looks like it's going like clockwork right now for them.
So following the run by Gordon, here's first and 10. From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. And he gets it down close to the 10-yard line. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. Running right, it's a handoff to Gordon. And he's brought down. It's a good gain of 11. Sets him up first and goal.
And that's a run that'll energize an offensive line. They'll take that one all day long. Fundamental breakdown by the defense. You've got to be able to make plays on the edge.
I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you.
They'll try and punch it in. Gordon. And he is going to lose yardage here. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's second down.
That's a really alert defense there because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft, and able to really make a big-time play for their defense.
On the ready. Watch 98. 98's the mic. Watch the out. Watch the out.
Second and 1. And it's caught. Touchdown. Curtis Samuel, his 9th touchdown of the season, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. I'll let you do the analysis, partner, but with every touchdown pass his young quarterback throws and with the success that his team has had, I just continue to be more and more impressed.
Let's both do the analysis. Impressed, aren't we both?
Yeah.
I mean, and why shouldn't we be? We've seen him improve throughout the year. We've seen him settle in now, and you can see the confidence of the team has grown. His confidence has grown. I think that everyone around this guy feels good about what they've seen. And it's also safe for him when he's driving home to turn on Sports Talk Radio. He's okay.
Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Out comes the Houston offense as they get set to take over here. And they had a nice little drive going last time. Threw the interception in the red zone. Costly.
Bad enough to throw it anywhere, but that drives coaches insane when they're thinking about, hey, we got a shot at points already. We're already in a spot where you're thinking you got 3 on the board for sure, and to come away with nothing, that's a really tough one for them to swallow.
Yeah, will they make up for it? Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete. You got a young quarterback, maybe that's just an example of a growing pain for him.
I think you're right about that because when the game starts to move fast and it moves quickly on him, a lot of times they fall back on what they know best, their arm. He's slinging it on this one. Had a wide open target, but didn't have the proper footwork to increase his accuracy.
Now a third down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete.
Had an open man that time, but ended up putting a little too much heat on it, don't you think, partner?
Absolutely, just needed a touch more air under it. Instead, he fired an absolute bullet. Now the former Oklahoma Sooner Tress Way on to punt the football. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. And some strong running. Call it a 48-yard punt. Give him 9, though, on the return. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. And as this offense makes their way back out, NFC playoff race time, we give you a look at what's going on there. And right now, a lot to like on that screen. They've wrapped up the division, now currently sitting in the coveted number 2 spot. Of course, you'd love number 1, but if you can't have one, number 2 is pretty good.
I agree with you totally, and here's the other part, too. The really good teams, the really confident teams, they're not as worried about being number 1. 2 is fine because they feel like they can go on the road and win against number 1 if they absolutely have to. The big thing, though, is clinching one of those early byes and able to sit and get a little rest as the playoffs begin.
Well, the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14. They'll give it to Gordon out of the shotgun. It'll be a 5-yard pickup there, so from 2nd and 13, they're back to a more manageable 3rd and 8. They'll set up a throw, and that will be incomplete. So the defense able to get off the field here on third down.
And it's one of the goals of the game. They've got to be effective on passing downs. It's one of the few things defenses chart.
So on fourth down, here's Matt Darr to kick it away. Back deep, Travis Benjamin. He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. And that'll hit in the end zone. Much too much leg there. That'll be a touchback. And now out comes Houston. And things haven't started so well for this side. 2 drives, 2 punts.
So now you've got to start looking not just at play calling, but which guy's going to step forward and say, okay, let's get this thing done. Because within that unit of 11, sometimes one guy can make a big-time play and break through the barrier.
Now a play fake here on first down. Completes it to Benjamin. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. And a nice gain at 21 yards.
The goal for any offense versus a zone defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Now Foles. And nowhere to fit that football in. It's knocked away and incomplete. Jeff Swain, the intended receiver. That'll bring up 2nd down. To throw on 2nd and 10. Foles looking left sideline, but it's incomplete. He was looking for Paul Richardson there, but now it'll be 3rd down. So now 3rd and 10. They had the big play to start the drive, but 2 incompletions since. Complete. Richardson has it. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. 21 yards.
Set. 180. Here we go.
On first down, it's Gurley. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10. Throwing on 2nd down. Foles. And they'll set up the screen to Gurley. And Gurley fumbled it. Gurley fumbles the football. It's loose. And this will be scooped up by the defense. He's at the 30. And this will be a touchdown. Even the great ones, some of the best, they're not immune to the fumble, and here it really hurts them.
If the ball gets away from any runner's body, that's when the defense pokes at it, swipes at it, swats at it, and finds a way to create a big play for themselves.
Elliott on for the extra point. And it's good, and they have jumped out here to a quick 14-0 first quarter lead. And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. Attention shifts to Todd Gurley. Looking for a bounce back. Had the fumble a moment ago that went for a touchdown the other direction. See if he can get back in rhythm.
And you have to be very careful about having too quick of a hook with really good players. I did a guy's game in high school where he fumbled 3 times in the first quarter, finished with over 300 yards on the night, later ended up in the NFL. If you got a talented back, give it back to him.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete. Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 35. On the toss, it's Gurley. And he loses the football a second time. It's going the other way. So the defense there, opportunistic.
It's nice to give them credit, isn't it? Because so many times it's more a matter of what the offensive guy didn't do. He didn't secure the ball, didn't cover up. In this case, let's just give credit to where it belongs. Knocked it free, made a big play.
So here is the home side to take over on offense. They've got things going their way early. 14-0 lead and the football. 1st and 10.
Ready? 58 to Mike. Bandit. Bandit.
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. Taking a shot for Samuel. And that is incomplete. Showed off the arm strength there, but to no avail. 2nd down. So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. 2nd and 10. And that's going to be incomplete. The turnover put them in great field position. They don't want to squander it with 3rd down coming up.
No, not at all. And you know what else you do? You make your defense mad.
Yeah.
They got you the football, gave you a great opportunity. You got to cash in and get some points.
6 yards on the pickup, and that'll bring up 4th down.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
Here's Jake Elliott. Career long, by the way, for him, 61 yards. This will be from 56 yards out. He's got the leg, but it's no good. He missed it right, and this score will stay right where it is.
It looked good when it left his foot, but he kind of sliced it a little bit, and he winds up missing it wide right.
And here comes the Texans now. They've been outplayed early, no question. Down 14-0 already as they come up 1st and 10. So the missed 56-yarder, and now the flip side. Good starting field position at the 46 near midfield. They'll start out on the ground with Gurley. And down he goes at the 49, a 3-yard pickup. The numbers on the ground for Gurley last week. 21 carries, 126 yards.
And a rushing title's definitely within sight, so the excitement on the offensive side of the football, I mean, they're bouncing off the walls wanting to get out there, but they also understand that they're going to face some really stacked defenses down the stretch because they don't want it to happen at their expense.
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete. Will Fuller was the intended target, and it's 3rd down. Foles. He's got a 1st down and then some inside the 40. And down to the 27-yard line. Now after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. And how might this affect him for the playoffs? We'll get a report when we come back. So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. Here's Foles. And his throw is incomplete. He was looking for Paul Richardson there. And that'll bring up 2nd down. 2nd and 10 now from the 27. On the counter, Gurley. He only got a couple on that one, so not a ton of help. They'll have a 3rd and 8 forthcoming. Now back to throw. It's complete to Fuller. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. The Texans with the first opportunity now from the red zone. This is 1st and goal from about the 8. On 1st and goal, Gurley. And he fights his way into the end zone for a Texans touchdown. Todd Gurley with touchdown number 12 on the year, as his guys are on the board here in this first quarter.
In as many coaches' meetings as we sit in, we hear the word finish all the time, don't we? And on that play, the back actually finished getting into the end zone, breaking the last tackle. Tried to wrap up, tried to use the proper technique, just wasn't able to get it done.
Josh Lambo now for the point after. And that one makes it 14-7. So that winds up a 7-play drive all told. And last year's rushing and total touchdown leader Todd Gurley caps it with his first of the game here. This game back within a touchdown now as the kickoff's away. This will be fielded at the 6. Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32-yard line. So here is the home side to take over on offense. Last time out, they had that long 50-plus yard field goal that they missed.
And I'm sure on their sideline they're thinking to themselves, okay, do we still want to try one if we're in that position again? And I would dare say that the answer would be yes. They're going to have a lot of confidence in their kicker. But just to be on the safe side, I'm sure they told their offensive guys, can we get a little bit closer this time?
Closer.
Yeah, well, you know, I'd rather get in the end zone first and foremost. But if all else fails, less of a field goal attempt for him.
A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. Quick pass out to Miller. And he's going to be stopped up right at the line of scrimmage. No gain there on the completion. 2nd and 10. They'll run for the first time here with Brown. He'll get 3 up to midfield. This is Brown on the draw play. And they'll work this down to the 40-yard line. Tackled there. It's a 10-yard pickup, and that's enough to move the chains.
They're making it look easy out there. Another first down. So far on this drive, let me do this little bit of math here. 4 plays, 3 first downs.
That's a pretty good recipe for success.
Ready? Mike, 58, right there. Heavy on the edges, heavy on the edges.
On first down, it's Brown. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down. Through one quarter, 14-7 our score.
Ready. 70, Indy.
On 2nd down, they'll run with Gordon. And he'll go down at the 28. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down. They go. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. 15 yards on the play, first down.
I like watching the wide receiver screen because it's a real teamwork play. Because guess what? The guy catching the ball, he'll get all the credit. But how about the people up to block in front of him, either fellow receivers or offensive linemen? That makes that play a really nice timing play, and sometimes it can break big.
All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10. Now they run from the gun with Gordon. And able to get him inside the 5 here, just inside the 5 to about the 4. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
They'll wind up losing 3 yards here, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level, because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat. And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is at well over 300 pounds. He's a big man. Meanwhile, on 3rd down, they take a shot at the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? Zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
And Elliott puts this one through. And they will move up by 10 now, 17-7. A dozen plays on that drive that ends with the field goal.
Let's go ahead and break out some of the old chestnuts here, right, partner? Keep the ball in front, rally to it, and make the tackle, right? No big plays given up, no balls over your head. Bend, don't break.
Hold on. Chestnuts?
You like
Come
that
on.
one?
What does that mean, break out? That just because you break chestnuts?
I'm not sure about that, but I'm just going with why they said that. I have no idea.
Now the Texans offense, they head back out to do battle here. I guess they have to feel a little gratified to at least get on the board last time, but still work to do.
No doubt about it. I wonder now if they're going to try to increase the urgency a little bit, maybe pump up the pace, maybe go 2-minute. Who knows? Let's see what they decide to do.
They'll try and start the drive with Gurley. And he'll have a gain of 3 to the 33. Now after the play, it looks like there's a Texan here slow to get up. And how might this affect him for the playoffs? We'll get a report when we come back. Three yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7.
You ain't got nothing. 57. Mike, 57. I got it.
Going to give this time to the tailback. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 10 yards there, good enough for a Texan 1st down.
Partner, if you want more carries, I think we saw how you get him. Showed that he's got the fresh legs, and he picked up the 1st down on that run. Don't just ask for him. Show him that you're supposed to get the football.
Mike, number 53. Mike, 53. Watch the pass.
The play-action fake. They'll look to throw. Into the hands of his tight end, Jeff Swain. And he'll be taken down across the 50 at the 45 in enemy territory. That's good for a Texan 1st down, a 12-yard pickup.
Well, coaches always talk about finding balance on offense. I don't think you can get much more balance than this. Big-time run, big-time pass.
A 1-2 combination. Looked pretty good.
How about that? Let's see if they can continue to take that kind of a punch, though.
So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. On play action, they'll throw. Open is Swain, the tight end. A good pickup there, 21 yards.
In there, and it sprang the big guy, didn't it?
Able to dump it over the top to him. Foles now beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. This will be a 2-yard loss on the play, and that'll make it 2nd and 12.
I like the idea to mix it up from time to time because, let's face it, you can't be predictable. But the execution was a little lacking on this one, right? They might want to go back to the drawing board with that call.
A rare misstep on that last play because the drive has been strong, but now it's 2nd and 12. Here we go on 2nd and 12. And that's incomplete. Adrian Colbert, he was right there in coverage. The Texans on 3rd down. They've converted 4 times out of 6. Not bad. This is 3rd down and 12. They're going to look to throw. And he comes back with one complete. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. 15 yards, the Texans pick up the first down.
And there was absolutely zero pressure on the quarterback on that play. Third down, and he has all the time in the world to eventually find an open receiver for a first down pickup.
Foles now over 200 yards already in this first half. It's 1st and 10. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. Benjamin's got it. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down. They'll look to throw. To the end zone, but it's incomplete. What a difference a week makes. Last week he hit on over 80% of his passes. This week he's down under 50%. What do you see as the difference?
Well, I think we're used to seeing a drop. If someone's over 80%, they're not going to hold that number, not in this league. But a drop under 50%, that just tells me that the defense has spent a lot of extra time on game films and came up with a really good plan to try and chip away at his timing.
So the field goal there caps what winds up to be an 11-play drive.
Well, partner, that's a lot of offense to run there to only get 3 points. So I just wonder, are they going to recycle those plays because they were successful in getting 3? Or do you go to another section of the playbook trying to find ones that get you into the end zone and get you 6?
Let's go, boy. Bring it up.
There again is the running back as he trots onto the field. We're in the second quarter. They've got the lead. The lead, though, not so much because of the ground game, because of their air attack, Charles.
So what they're seeing so far is the possibility of things loosening up later in the ground game. Through the air first, maybe they have to start respecting that even more as the game goes on, and then there will be running lanes to find later.
Yeah, try to get him more involved here on this drive, maybe. That one goes for 24 yards.
The beauty of route running is it doesn't matter what position, everyone's doing the same thing. In this case, tight end, selling the vertical route. Get the defensive back on his heels, break off for the corner. And with good timing, you get a completion, as we just saw there.
So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield. Now Gordon. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 47. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
Perfectly designed blitz right there. They took that one from the grease board to the field because they were able to free up their linebacker to get into the backfield and spill the play.
Set, ready? 18 Gator.
Let's go, team. It's going to be a long day offense. It's going to be
2nd and 13. Finds his tight end Ingram. Now he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. 15 yards on the play, 1st down. And that tight end position, it just seems to continue to evolve every year in the NFL.
Yeah, you're getting really terrific athletes. A lot of them maybe were wide receivers at one point. They continue to give you speed, great hands, and big bodies, which make them excellent targets for quarterbacks.
So a 1st and 10 now in Houston territory at the 38. Back to throw. He'll complete this to Ingram as tight end. Fights through, and now a crease. And they're going to be set up down around the 15-yard line. 23 yards on the play.
For many teams, the evaluation of tight ends has really changed. We used to wonder about how they would block first and foremost. Now we want to know how these guys can run because we envision them in offenses, catch the ball, how much yardage can they gain after that?
And that on display there for a good pickup.
Go now. 15 line. 15 line. Ready?
Now Gordon on 1st down. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up second down. 2nd and 6. This is Gordon on the dump off. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. 9 yards on the play there, and it sets him up 1st and goal. Back to throw here. And that is incomplete. He was trying to find Anthony Miller there, but it'll be 2nd and goal. 2nd and goal, and they will try again from the 2-yard line. Back to the ground now with Gordon. And they'll bring him down after just a short pickup. After getting stuffed on 1st down, not much better there. 2-yard gain. 3rd down and goal now. And this Houston defense not backing down. They'll look for one more stop. They'll set up to throw. And he's going to go down. The Texans come at him and able to bring him to the ground. Jonathan Hankins in there to get him for a loss of 9 yards, and that also leads to 4th down.
3rd and goal, they decided to throw for it, but how about the play defensively? Couldn't find anyone open, left him nowhere to go with the football, had to absorb the sack.
Now Jake Elliott for the field goal try from the right hash, and this one just a chipping. The kick by Elliott is good. And they double him up here. That makes our score 20-10. That drive took him inside the 10. Good job defensively to hold him to 3.
Yeah, I like how you did that. Give a little tip of the cap to the stop troops there because they didn't give up a touchdown in that situation, right? Made them kick the field goal. And, yeah, points went against them, but that feels a whole lot better running off the field.
This is taken at the 3. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line. Out comes a Houston offense as they get set to take over here. And tough to win games if you're going field goal, field goal, field goal here. They got field goal last time. Now they'll be looking for a touchdown.
They're looking for the big chunk now because, as you noted, the field goal way of doing it makes it that much harder and puts more pressure on every possession for you now. Go ahead and get 6 and feel a lot more comfortable about the position they're in.
Bigger chunks. We'll see if they can get the score. 38 yards on the scamper there.
Well, they put it all together on that one. Good vision, good blocking. A toss play to the left. How do you toss it?
Yeah, a toss is the underhand kind of egg toss. The pitch is kind of if you're running the option, you pitch it end over end, correct?
Yeah, I agree
you're
totally.
The guy.
I agree totally. And in the NFL, we'll see a lot more tosses than pitches because if you're pitching it, you might lose your quarterback.
Absolutely. They'll set up a throw. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down. 2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on 1st down. 2nd and 5. And it's incomplete. Throwing the football, he's not as sharp as he was last week when he was over 70%. Right now, he's under 50%.
Well, that comes from extra game film, extra time. You know those guys watched him all week, saw how precise he was, and constructed a defense to try and chip away at that, and thus far they've been successful. A little football 101 there. You just see the receiver try to run down the defender, meaning he goes right at him and really trying to move him a little bit towards the center of the field so he can put his foot in the ground and break to the out, to the sideline, and make a catch.
Easy. 53, Mike. Check Mike.
They run. It's Gurley. And he takes it down to the 10-yard line. Give him 12 yards on that one. It earns him a fresh set of downs. And a nice little broken tackle run there by Todd Gurley, the 10th pick in the 2015 draft.
And that's what you get with him, that full package of speed, power, able to catch the ball in the backfield. Many people doubted him coming out because of the knee injury in college. They're seeing the full Todd Gurley now, and it hurts.
Double tight, guys, double tight. 4 down, check, 4 down.
Now Foles over the middle, and it's incomplete. He was looking for Paul Richardson there, and that'll bring up second down. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. They run out of the shotgun with Gurley. And this time he's going backwards. So after the no gain on the last attempt, here they get him behind the line.
On goal-to-goal runs, when you create lost yardage plays, the only way that happens is either called pressure or what I like to call straight-ahead pursuit. A great read, and they get to the backfield and make the play.
And that was a big chunk of yardage lost. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. Now, here's a look for the end zone, but that one's going to wind up incomplete.
Right up to that point, I was about to say he's had a pretty good half catching the football, but let's just be honest about it. He should have caught that one.
And he knows that. That was one right in his breadbasket and one he normally catches. So out comes the field goal team now for the second time here today. The kick by Lambeau is good. And that will tighten this one up a bit. Now a one-score game at 20-13. No problems in the field goal department so far. He's 2 for 2.
Pretty reliable here in this game, isn't he? And to me, that bodes well for them. If they need him late in the game, his confidence should be sky high.
This game back within a touchdown now as the kickoff's away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Melvin Gordon now, he and the offense, they trot back out there. The passing game, they've had more success there than the running game. Maybe something they game plan for.
How come they didn't tell us about it?
Because they wanted to keep it a secret.
We did ask, didn't we? But I think what happened in this one is they've realized that they've established the run pretty well, and teams are going to key on that. They thought they could open it up and have success through the air, and that's exactly what's going on.
Yeah, they've had success at least so far here in the second quarter. And he'll be down deep into Houston territory. A big play there on the catch and run. 64 yards. Excellent execution, and now they're set up nicely.
Are they ever? Red zone? I wonder what the next play call is going to be, because after a big play like that, a lot of teams like to use the momentum to launch another one.
Here we go, D. Get off the field.
Go.
They'll look to throw now on first down. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's second down. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. They'll drop the throw. This will be caught at about the 6. And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. And a stoppage here, a timeout before this third down play takes place. As he'll stop it with exactly a minute to go before halftime. In need of a conversion on third down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense. They'll look to throw again. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
Now Jake Elliott for the field goal try. From the right hash here, should be an easy one. Now the holder's going to keep it. He's going to try to run for it. And he is into the end zone for a touchdown. And Roethlisberger keeping it himself from 5 yards out. And his guys are going to add on to their lead. And that'll give them a 2-score lead here, but I'm looking ahead. They just want to hold it for the final moments here in the second quarter. They don't want to give up anything on the other side.
No, not at all, because if they don't, it almost had the feel of an imposing their will score. And right now, they want to make sure they keep that and carry it into the second half.
Elliott good with a PAT. And the lead now up to 14. That time, 75-yard drive, 5 plays. And it's finished off with a 5-yard touchdown run. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. This is taken at his 4. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. And now out comes Houston.
And you're under a minute to go in the half, a first half that hasn't been particularly kind to you. How do you think they'll play this?
Well, I think the smart approach is to run out the clock, lick your wounds at the half, and see if you can come up with a strategy to play better in the second. But there's also something to challenging your offense right here. You know, hey, guys, you help dig this hole. See if you can get us out of it a little bit before the half runs out. Let's go make some plays.
Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half. Throwing again on second down. Foles. Now the Texans will use one of their 2 remaining timeouts as the clock will stop with 35 seconds to go in quarter number 2. He'll drop to throw. Gonna flare this one out to Gurley in the flat. A pass for negative yardage, obviously no good. Maybe he shouldn't have thrown it, or maybe he shouldn't have caught it.
I think we were seeing it at the same time, weren't we? Maybe you let that one go, right? Because you can see the lost yardage about to develop, but that goes against every instinct of a receiver. They're taught to catch everything, so it's really hard to be mad at him and yell at him for trying to make that play.
That pass play wound up for negative yardage, so here's 2nd and 11. 2nd and 11. Completes it to Benjamin. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. The Texans going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout as the clock will stop with 20 seconds to go in the first half. Foles going to come up now 1st and 10, and he's 4 for 4 now throwing the ball to start the drive. Foles, he's got Fuller. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. A fresh set of downs on a gain of 13 there for the Texans. And with that completion, he's now north of 200 yards here in the first half. Boy, a tough start for the secondary defensively.
It is, and it's got to put a dent in their confidence. And, you know, you always want to keep that up and feel like you can always bounce back after plays. But with the kind of numbers he's putting up here, it's starting to wear on them a little bit, I think. So they're looking at each other and trying to figure out what defense will work and how can they play better without getting beat deep for big passes.
They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10 at the 45. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. 2nd and 10. A short throw to Ingram, and he'll get it out to midfield. They'll spot it right at midfield at the 50. And with just 4 seconds left in this first half, a timeout call. The last play on the completion got them half of what they needed. Now here's a tough 3rd and 5. Another tote for Gordon. He's been busy this afternoon. And with just 1 second remaining in the first half, they'll call the timeout. Here's Matt Darr now. He'll boot it away from about his 35. Now this will do the job nicely as that'll be out of bounds just inside the 10-yard line. So we have come to halftime in what's already a 2-touchdown game. As we'll get you over to Orlando, where standing by is Jonathan Coachman. He has our EA Sports halftime report.
Okay, Brandon, thank you very much. Some critical games going on as teams fight for those final playoff berths. Let's get you around the NFL here in a busy Week 16. We'll begin our tour out at Nissan Stadium in Nashville. And it's the Titans out in front in that one. 2 touchdown passes for Kirk Cousins there. Next, we head up to the Windy City. Check on the Bears at home, Soldier Field. And they trail the visiting Steelers as that game has gone to the half. The Steelers seem to be on their way to what would be a good victory. Meanwhile, in our game, it's been a back-and-forth first half. Who can put it together in the second half? For the answer, we turn it back over to our broadcast team of Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line. Evan Ingram worked his way back onto the field with the rest of this offense. And we roll the highlights of the game he's had. You know, when we talk about wide receivers and how you shut them down, what about when you have a tight end like this having a game? How do you stop him defensively?
It really changes what you're trying to do because defensively you're worried more about the wideouts. Okay, how are we going to cover them? The running backs, how are you going to shut them down? But the tight end is that elusive, unique player. Linebacker covering, cornerback covering, safety covering him, always has the advantage, usually has final answer against anyone who tries to defend them.
The drive starting with a first down, 11 yards on that pickup.
Now this is an example of breaking down in defense because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
Yeah, Mike, I got you.
Fire.
Here's Gordon, looking for a seam but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be second down. Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. That's caught. It's Jarius Wright. 50 catches for him now on the year, and he's got a first down.
Quarterback, don't get nervous now. We ain't beginning. Don't get nervous.
They'll run on first down. Gordon. So he got free of one tackle but couldn't do a whole lot else.
On the double.
Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. Now a 20th carry, number 20 here for Melvin Gordon. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. Give him 14 on that one and a first down.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point. Get him to 33. Gordon. Tackle made there by Frank Clark. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. This is Gordon. And they'll get this one down to about the 20-yard line. A gain of 13. It's a first down. A lot to praise on this drive, obviously. I know you're seeing what I'm seeing. Those guys up front, they're getting it done.
Doesn't matter what play is called. They are handling their business at the line of scrimmage and dominating right now on this drive.
On first down, Brown. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. That's going to go as a loss of 4, and it'll be 2nd down.
If you're the coaching staff upstairs, you might want to file that play away. Do you see how fast the safety closed on that one? Coming up in run support, made a big-time tackle. You might want to try and check into a pass next time.
Yeah, got him for a loss. Really, really great play defensively. Now, this has been a good march down the field, but now they're stuck looking at a 2nd and 14. 2nd and 14. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. He'll look to throw. And he'll just toss it away. So he throws it away, and that brings up 4th down. Now Jake Elliott for the field goal try. From the left hash, this will be a 41-yarder. And the kick by Elliott is good. And that'll push the lead up to 17. So 3 field goals that he's hit now. This last one helps him stretch out the lead.
He's been solid, hasn't he? And he lives up to the adage that every offensive coach has ever said to us. We want to end every possession with a kick, right? For them, it's either extra point, field goal, or at worst, a punt. In this case, it's been 3s.
And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Here's the Texans offense now, readying for their first possession of the second half. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve.
But when you hit him on the move like that, and he's able to get into open field with a full head of steam, oh, boy, it's going to be tough to get him down.
Yeah, there was a big window. They're lucky they did get him down. So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield. Here's Foles. And this is incomplete. You and I watched film yesterday, and you told me to watch his feet. Well, for whatever reason, his footwork just looked off on that throw.
And you always love it when the next defensive back talks quarterback mechanics, right?
Well, but you're good at it.
Well, I try, all right? I don't know how good I am, but it doesn't take much to tell. His mechanics are off a little bit, exactly what you described. Footwork, that led to the incompletion.
That is catch number 300 now for his NFL career. Now a third down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete.
So it looked like maybe his third or his fourth read on his progression. Just trying to find his outlet man that time. Ends up leading him just a bit too much.
Here's Tressway now, as he'll kick it away for the second time. And no return possible here as they angle this one out of bounds. Now here's the signal caller getting ready to lead this offense again. How do you break down his game so far? Just the one touchdown pass, but sometimes the touchdown pass stat category, that doesn't tell the whole story.
It really doesn't. Not until you balance it with the error side, you know, and in this case, he hasn't thrown any interceptions. So a lot of people would call this almost a pedestrian game, kind of a bus driver game. But that's just really wrong. Being a bus driver is a good thing if you're running a football team, because that means you're in control and you're taking your team to the right places.
Yeah, he's been pretty solid. A throw on the quick slant, going to be complete. Came up a little short on the last pass play. They did get 9 yards out of it, leaving him with his 3rd and 1. They're going to look to throw. And tight coverage there. It's knocked away, incomplete.
Certainly looked like they were getting ready to convert there on 3rd down, but what an effort to get his hand on that one, knock it away, and brings up a 4th down decision.
Here's Matt Darr now, as he's on here to punt it away. And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. And that is much too long. That's into the end zone for a touchback. Todd Gurley and the offense, they get set and trot back out there now. So after that hot start, the numbers here show the decline. What has the defense done adjustment-wise?
Sometimes when you have a running back who's gotten off to a hot start, you've got to catch him before he really gets going. So you change what you do across the defensive front. Instead of the linebackers being back a few yards, you bring them up closer. It's what we call mugging the line of scrimmage, taking away a lot of blocking angles and gaps, and maybe stopping him before he can get going.
Mugging the line of scrimmage, okay.
Yeah, in this case.
16 yards on that one, and also a Texan first down.
Man, these guys may not win this ball game, but you certainly can't fault the effort of this man here today. He's been a real thorn in their sides all afternoon. And that last carry puts him over the 100-yard mark.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
Crunch time, defense.
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down. That pass play wound up for negative yardage, so here's 2nd and 11. And now the throw going to Fuller, and he's got it. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. They'll look to throw here. He's going to dump it off to Gurley. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. They get 14 on that one. Good for a Houston 1st down. He's having a big game through the air, and sometimes those smart decisions just dump it off. That's how you continue to have big games through the air.
I agree totally. That's a great analogy, a great way to put it, because he doesn't get too greedy where everything has to be pushed downfield, trying to create big plays that aren't there. You dump it off and take that nice gain, and things add up, and now you have the kind of game he's having.
This quarterback now over 300 yards now for the game, and time to improve on that as he's got a 1st and 10. He'll look to throw. Benjamin's got it. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. 10 yards there, good enough for a Texan 1st down. Foles now a perfect 8 for 8 to start the 2nd half. Not bad. 1st and 10. And now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete. 2nd and 10 from the 33-yard line. Here's Gurley now out of the gun. And he'll go down at the 28. Give him 4 on the ground there. They're now left with 3rd and 6. Looking to throw. Incomplete. He had his hands on it but couldn't pick it. But it's now 4th down.
I know ultimately that feels like a good defensive play, but I know it's really not. They had a chance to keep points off the board. Now they have a chance to kick a field goal by missing that shot.
Yeah, especially at this spot in the field. He's got to be upset he couldn't come up with that INT. And Lambeau will put this one through, and the drive will wind up yielding 3. So his 3rd field goal of the ball game brings him a bit closer, but there's no question they need to start turning some of these 3s into 6s.
And 7s, and probably even 8s. You know, as a kicker, you just head out when you're called upon, so he's done his job. It's the rest of the offense that needs to get it in gear if they want to close this gap.
This will be fielded at the 8. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line. Here comes the field general leading his offense back out there for the next possession. He's been pretty solid, pretty consistent, just the 1 touchdown pass, but I think he's managed the game well, no?
I would agree with you, and that's what you're looking for out of your field leader, making sure that you're playing well and not making any big mistakes. Oftentimes, that's how you're judged. How big a mistake and when it occurs. No interception so far. They'll like that.
I just want you to know that you agreeing with me, that's going to get me through this 3rd and 4th quarter. Are you touched? He's patting his heart, boys and girls. He's touched.
Respect.
Now here's a throw right side taken in by his tight end. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up 3rd down. They'll look to throw. The catch made by Miller. 60 catches for him now on the year. This last one, a 1st down.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
This quarterback now a perfect 8 for 8 to start the 2nd half. Not bad. 1st and 10. They run it here with Gordon. And very little daylight there. He'll get a couple up to the 44. Here's 2nd and 8. Finds his tight end Ingram. 11 yards there. 1st down.
We got 3. 1st and 10 at the 46-yard line.
They'll run on 1st down. It's Gordon. They're going to snuff this play out behind the line. We have not seen that much today. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on first down. The run defense, they have been porous at times today, but not that last go-around.
No, they really tightened it up, didn't they? They finally got themselves a win because all game long we've seen them get gashed. This time they play the response.
Ready up.
58, 58, Mike. Watch twist.
Get it.
Complete out to Samuel on the quick throw. That one good for the completion percentage, but no gain. It'll be third down. 7th play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on third down. They'll drop the throw. They'll complete this to Ingram as tight end. And he's going to be taken down with another first down as the stop's made at the Texans' 32-yard line. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. They'll try the right side this time. Here with Gordon, pushing through the contact. Tackle made there by Chidobe Awuzie. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Now back to throw. Steps away to his left. He's going to take off with it. And he'll be a couple yards shy of the red zone here at the 22-yard line. A good decision in the end to pull it and run. Gets him 9 yards and a first.
61, matchbox, lights. 5.
They'll look to throw now on first down. He completes this into the hands of Miller. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. A gain of 6 there on first. 1 quarter remains here in Week 16. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Ready. 60 outlaw. We won.
On 2nd down, it's Gordon. And he'll get 4 there, down to about the 12-yard line. The offense on third down tonight, they've had a lot of chances, but not much success, converting only 3 times. They're looking at third in the nose of the football. Back to throw. And it's caught. Touchdown. Curtis Samuel. His 10th touchdown of the season, 2nd of the game. And his guys find a way to stretch that lead. He has really settled in throwing the football, and that touchdown here in the 4th quarter gives him a pretty comfortable cushion.
He may be a rookie, but he's playing like 4th quarter, and the QBing is easy. How about this guy? Youngster, not worried about anything, just cutting it loose and having fun.
Elliott good on the extra point. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. So that one a 13-play drive in total. This is taken at his 4. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. Charles, this one not over, certainly, but you set the magic number earlier in this game at 20 points, said that they would need to hold them right around that marker under it. What are you seeing here?
Well, that number is still in play because we said, okay, 20 or under gives them a chance to win. Right on pace for being in that range. And guess what? They've got a shot.
Now Foles. He'll throw underneath for Gurley. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard. That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. Foles, open his Swaim, the tight end. And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49. And with that last play, he's now up over that 300-yard mark.
And in today's NFL, it almost feels routine. And I hate that when you talk about a 300-yard passing game. To me, 300 yards still signifies excellence, and he's achieved that in this performance.
Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. He'll drop to throw. And his throw here's incomplete. He was looking for Todd Gurley. And it's 2nd down. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Now a draw play for Gurley. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. 10 yards there, good enough for a Texan first down.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old-school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run, got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
Saw it through 3 quarters, no reason to lighten up now. So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. Foles throw taken in by the tight end Swaim. And they'll be inside the 35 now at the 34-yard line. A good pickup there, 8 yards on the first down completion. Back to the workhorse today, it's Gurley. And he'll work it inside the 30 to the 29-yard line. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down. Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's 2nd down. Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 29. Here's Foles. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And he'll go down right on the edge of the red zone following a pickup of about 7 or 8. He'll look to throw. That's going to be caught by Richardson. And he is out of bounds right around the 10-yard line.
But it appears that they read man defense and went to the out route. And what you have to do on that one is the receiver's got to make sure he works the defender towards the middle of the field to give himself space to cut to the outside and have that ball delivered with good timing, and they got it done.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And oh my goodness, he loses it again. And this is picked up by the defense. And the return just out across the 15 to the 16-yard line.
And with that kind of a deficit, you can't afford to make any kind of mistakes. But it's been pretty symptomatic of what we've seen all game with them, isn't it? Down this big in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, you'd say an afternoon to forget, absolutely. So here's the home side to take over on offense. Now that turnover might just about do it. Here, fourth quarter, the lead that you've got, they can just run the football, run the clock.
Exactly right. They played smart, couple of first downs, and this one should just about be over.
They'll start on the ground. This is Gordon on first down. And a nice gain there as he'll be taken down just shy of the 20. Tackle made there by Zach Brown. They keep it on the ground. Again, Gordon. He is taken down at the 21 after a short gain of 2.
70, Indy. A gain of 2 on the play.
Out of the gun now on third down. It's complete. It's Miller. And he's got the first as they'll bring him down at the 28-yard line. He's been the go-to guy. They needed a big play there on third down. Went his way. It worked out.
Doesn't matter whether they've scouted it or that they think he's going to get the ball. He has a knack for finding his way open and completing the connection.
Come on, set. 10 Lobo.
58, right there.
On first down, Gordon. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3. A good run, got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3. This is Gordon as they go to him again. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. Give him 14 on that one and a first down.
Do my eyes deceive me, or is he getting stronger as this game moves along?
Burst seems just as good here in the fourth as it was way back in the first, doesn't it?
I do believe someone put a lot of time in the offseason and continues to condition during the season in order to continue to carry the ball at this rate.
2 first downs have him up near midfield now on 1st and 10. Now the handoff comes to Gordon. Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it 2nd down. On 2nd down now, it's Gordon. 3 yards is half of what they needed. Now can they get the other 3 here on 3rd down? They'll set up to throw. And he's going to go down. Back near midfield at the 49. Frank Clark has now recorded 10 sacks on the season.
Now that was just absolute perfect man coverage. Nowhere for them to go with the football. Led to a sack. And that's really difficult to do in today's NFL with all these gazelles running around that you're trying to cover in the secondary.
Here's Matt Darr now. He's been terrific so far. And this will pin him back as it's out of bounds inside the 10-yard line. The field position game, such an overlooked facet, Charles, of an NFL game, but this offense, they're going to be pinned back. What an ideal punt.
An ideal punt, and it leads to that term complementary football, because them doing that puts their defense in a great spot, doesn't it? Gives them a chance. If they want to be aggressive, try and maybe get a safety out of this whole thing, it puts them in that position.
They'll try and start this drive in the air toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. 2nd and 10. Throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete. He was looking for Paul Richardson there, and it's 3rd down. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. They'll look to throw here. And that's incomplete. At this point, down big, you'd have to imagine this defense, they're just going to sit back, blanket the field as best they can.
Yeah, this is actually the easy part of the game for them because, just as you noted, they can sit back, keep everything in front of them. But they've blanketed the field the entire game using a variety of coverages.
And this ball is going to be down now right at the 10-yard line. Good spot. So they'll play the field position game here as a very nice punt is going to pin them back.
Yeah, it's almost like watching a game of tennis, or do you prefer ping pong? You know, back and forth like that? That definitely was excellent, wasn't it?
So here is the home side to take over on offense. They've got the lead. Last time had to punt it, though. What's the key to this drive?
I think it's leverage. The big guys up front. You know the motivational speech on the sideline is, guys, give us an opportunity. Protect the passer, create space for our runners, and let's go ahead and give these guys. Low man wins. Let's go do it on this drive.
We'll watch that leverage on this drive.
Brandon, it's clearly a running situation when you're up in the fourth quarter. They're going to have to stack the box and make it difficult for them to move the ball.
Made it very difficult right there. Now they need to repeat that effort.
Yeah, bring 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take to slow them down.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. They'll keep it on the ground. Gordon. Well, this will be a gain of right around 3 from the 7 out to the 10-yard line.
60 on. They don't want it. Keep playing hard, fellas. Big grip. Big grip. Let's get it. Get him, boys. Get him, boys.
Whether you're playing West Coast offense or not, one of the maxims of the West Coast offense is you're either throwing a touchdown or a check down. In other words, look for the big shot, but be smart. And I think they did exactly that on that play. They didn't get the first down, but they're taking care of the ball well.
Yeah, and being rightly cautious with that lead here in the second half. Here's Matt Darr now as he's on for the 5th time here today. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. Now Benjamin. Call that a 46-yard punt, though they did get 9 back on the return. And the Texans will take over with a 1st and 10. Heading out is the Texans offense as they get set to take over here. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3. 2nd and 3. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. And we say it all the time, have to be able to get rid of the ball sooner than that.
You have to help your offensive line out. They're going to protect you as best they can. And if you're getting 3 to 5 seconds to throw the ball, they're doing a really nice job. But when you hold it and give up a sack, you're really almost discrediting their work.
Here we go. 180. Check. 180.
They'll set up a throw. And a throw there going to be incomplete. Well, the trials and tribulations of being a quarterback in this league, it's tough. It's got to be wearing on him out there.
Well, he has been sacked a number of times. He had an interception, so I'm going to give him a skosh of credit for hanging in there and trying to make something happen, despite the amount of pressure he's been under this entire game.
They're running with Gurley. And this is going to come up well short as they stop him on 4th down. Bill O'Brien rolls the dice, but to no avail. And the ball will go over on downs on the short side of the field. Well, at this stage of the game in the second half, down 3 scores, I guess they felt like they needed to push.
And let's face it, with this deficit, if they give up another score here after they didn't get it, does it really matter?
Right.
It really doesn't. They had to go and try and make something happen if they had any chance of winning this game.
12 yards as they get to reset the sticks.
He's still rumbling, isn't he? Still looking fresh in this one despite the heavy workload. But you and I both know, well-conditioned, and he did tell us that he thrives on being at his peak late in ball games.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. They'll keep it on the ground. Gordon. And a short gain down to about the 33. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's our home team here in possession of the football as we come back. And no doubt what they're looking to do is just salt away the final couple of minutes and escape with a win. Give him 3 on the run there. Now they're looking at a 3rd and about 5. And they're going to take it all the way down and just take the delay.
Offense.
And that'll set them back 5.
Still third down.
Here we go, here we go. It's 60 Pittsburgh. Hey. Let's go.
Following the penalty, here's Gordon. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain there, and it leads to a 4th down. Now let's see how the offense still out there. They elect to go on 4th and 11. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. Open man is Samuel, complete. Touchdown! Curtis Samuel, 35 yards. And his guys are going to add on to their lead.
And to me, that touchdown allows you to start grinning widely on your sideline. I think they pretty much locked this one away.
Yeah, that's the clincher, the proverbial icing on the cake, if you will. Elliott now to add the extra point. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. This is taken at the 3. And not a bad return. Here he gets it out to the 25-yard line.
Let's go.
Out comes the Houston offense as they get set to take over here. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride.
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for...
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Emmanuel Ogbah in there to get him, and on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him. Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts as they get it right at the 32nd mark of this 4th quarter. So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on 2nd down. Here's Gurley. Takes this one up past the 20 after he's able to make a man miss. Now the Texans will use one of their 2 remaining timeouts as they'll stop it with 25 ticks remaining on the clock. Here comes a 20th carry for Gurley. And this effort will not get it done. He stopped well short of the first down at the 29. The Texans going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout as the clock will stop with an even 20 seconds left to go. And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one. Oh, he'll field it in the end zone. A great blocking, nearly sprung him there. 28-yard return. And control of the football switching hands here with very little time remaining in this contest. They'll run on 1st down. Gordon. There goes Melvin Gordon. And he takes it in for the score on the game's final play, so it doesn't affect the outcome, but a little whipped cream on top to their ending.
Or as our friends in Bayou Country would say, that's a little lagniappe, a little extra on top. One of the fun parts about working with you is that we've learned that there are different ways to do things than the way we were brought up to do them. This is Madden. Of course they were going to go ahead and get another score. What do you mean take a knee?
And that just makes the final margin even more lopsided. I think they earned themselves a cold drink from the fridge, right?
There's no doubt about it.
Maybe some pretzels, too, some hummus. Go crazy.
See, we've learned.
Go crazy.
We have learned the Madden way of doing things.
So that'll do it. For my partner, Charles Davis, and the best darn crew in the industry, I'm Brandon Gaudin. This has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. So long, everybody.